Hello, this is Matthew Miller from the Nokia Experts website. As you can tell from the box in front of me, I have the Nokia E6 in hand. Now, I purchased this from eBay, and as I'll show you, the keyboard's a little bit different because I didn't want to wait around for Amazon or somebody else to get it when it turns out Amazon now has it available. So let's run through a little history, right? So first we had the E61 and then the E61i, which were nice QWERTY keyboard devices, but in my opinion, the E71 was really the first in this fantastic form factor. I mean, this thing had some stainless steel on it. 3.2 megapixel camera was decent at the time, but the keyboard was fantastic, and the hardware is rock solid, and it was an E-series device that was fairly inexpensive. I really liked this device, used it for quite a while, and then just kind of outgrew it, right? And then they had the E72 that came out, which was nice. I never did get an E72. However, I did then get the E73 mode, which was similar to the E72, but in my opinion, the keyboard was even a little bit better than that device, right? And as you can see, compared to the E71, the buttons changed a little bit around here, the hardware buttons. The keyboard had a little bit of a curve to it now, and the keys are a little bit more domed. I was a bit faster on it. The camera got a bump up to a 5 megapixel, which was a bit better. And I thought the E73 mode, especially on T-Mobile, was a great device. I still have that one as a backup in case I need to go back to that, and that's third edition right now on that device. Now we have the new one, and this one is the E-series device I think I've been looking for quite a while. So here we go, they're all three right here. This is the E6 over on the right. Let's bump and go side by side with the E73 so you can kind of see. Again, similar form factor with a QWERTY keyboard. The keys are kind of angled, very similar to this, but they actually have a little bit more spacing and a little bit wider than even what the E73 mode has. So the keyboard so far, in my opinion, is the best of all of these devices so far. And it feels great in your hand. It's small. It is a plastic device, but it's a nice black. Well, this black one, they have a gray and a white as well. Nice plastic. It's not metal like the previous ones, which may help with signal strength. Has an 8 megapixel camera with a dual LED on board, and it actually has been taking pretty good pictures. And some video as well, and then there's this loudspeaker on the back. Up top we have the power button, a 3.5mm headset jack. We have a micro SD card slot up top. Over on the other side we have a cover for the micro USB port to connect it to the computer and to charge it. I don't really like, I'm a big fan of the covers, but that's okay. On the other side we have volume buttons, and then the center button is for voice commands, and then we have the nice switch, which I don't think we had. No, we don't see it on these other E devices, E-series devices, but a lot of the newer ones that I've had, the N series, have had this, and it's nice for a lock switch. I like the physical lock switch. On the bottom we do have the 2mm charging port, which will charge it up a bit faster, and it's nice to have in addition to the micro USB. And then we also have a lanyard opening there, and then the battery is that, I'll show it to you. It's that fantastic one that's in my other E-series, so I've got plenty of spares to go with it. It's the BP4L, right, the 1500. Nice big battery, and now I've got a couple spares to go, so I'm all set. Now, the big deal about this phone, you might notice there is no soft keys at the bottom, because see, like this one had a couple here. This one also had a couple up top. This one has none because it has a touchscreen. So let's just do an unlock here. And the screen has, I believe it's 321 DPI, same as the iPhone 4. It's super high resolution for an E-series device. And that was always one of the things about the E-series that bugged me, was the resolution was never high enough for me. But this is fantastic, really looking nice, and it's a touchscreen, so now everything is, you know, all of our options and things like that are all done by touch. You know, we jump on the menu, and there's my customized menu area. So let's take a closer look at some of the software. So this is one of the home panels, right? And right now I've got 4 set up, and you simply can slide your finger across. What you'll notice is the 3 things on the left are always stayed the same, right? there's our clock and time, our profiles, and then down here will be notifications when they come in. And then the three larger blocks are all customizable widgets, right? So we slide there, you can see I have some shortcuts. I have a Google search. Slide again, I've got an email, I've got my contact list, quick contact list here, and then I've got some other app shortcuts up top. And if I say options, we can edit the home screen. We can add a new home screen. Now I haven't actually, let me see, I haven't tested. Let's keep on going, see how many. Okay, so it looks like 5. I see delete home screen is now. So it looks like you can go up to 5 home screens, right? Oh, let's see. Can I add another one? No, delete. So it looks like you can have 5 home screens. I just never tried that before. I'll go ahead and delete this one. I don't need this one right now. Delete that home screen. Now I'm back to 4 home screens. And we can customize those widgets. And then of course it has all the great things like you touch the time and you jump into your time. You can go between digital, you know, all the great things that you've seen on the other Eseries devices and stuff. Profiles, we can tap it, switch to different profiles. Tap over up here, we can switch and go to our connectivity and manage our different connections, as you can see there, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, USB, things like that. And then of course sliding right and left to the different widgets that we have on board. All right. Now let's take a look. As you can see, these 4 buttons are also customizable. There comes an email, it sounds like. I love things like you know, the conversation view, the web browser. I'll show you. This is actually a Symbian Anna loaded on this device. So let's just go here. Let's go to home. I think it's an OV homepage, which is fine for now. One thing I haven't found is a way to get the full screen view on the web browser, but it's decent. I mean, you know, I don't browse a ton on my device, but it's nice to have. As you can see the icons, if we go to menu, you can see the icons that have the Anna effect on the icons. Let me just see if I can jump into my email here. So jump into my Nokia Experts email, and there we go. You can see it has the new Symbian Anna email, and you can use the directional pad or the touchscreen to move through things. You know, and all the different controls that go along with that, and all the different shortcuts that go along on the keyboard. I'll put together articles on the shortcuts and things like that to verify what they all are. And what you can think is on my keyboard is it has some funny characters on the numbers. However, all the rest of the keys are the same as other ones are. So let's see, that was email. If we go to the menu, what else do we have in here? Just kind of browsing through some of the things I've got. As you can see, social is big on there. You know, it has the social 1.3 preloaded. I use Gravity. I think that's one of the best applications ever. And on a Symbian device, especially as a Symbian 3, it's the app to have for Twitter, Facebook, Google Reader. I use it for quite a bit, and Foursquare. This device that I purchased came with JoyQSpot, a full version loaded up on it. So I've got Wi-Fi tethering out of the box on this device, and I'm not sure if it's because it's a European version or what, but JoyQSpot is there. I've loaded up things like Slacker, which do not really work really well on this current high-resolution display. Some apps don't quite appear to work as well. I'll try to run through a list of ones that are still having some issues. OV Store is in there. Settings, as you can see, typical Nokia settings for Symbian. Office, it comes with a nice full version of Quick Office, as you can see. Message Reader, some apps like Intranet, F-Secure, it's got Nokia as a communicator in there, and Traveler. Kind of more enterprise type focused apps and things like that. As you can see here, some other apps that I put in. GPS, of course, Nokia Maps is awesome, especially on this kind of device. There's the camera. I'll show you. Oh, there's a picture I took flying into Seattle. So there's the camera and the whoa, took a picture. I didn't realize that there was actually a on-screen tappable button. I thought you had to use the center directional pad for that. So that's interesting. Yeah, it doesn't have a camera button, so almost forgot about that. Tools. And that's most of it. Now, one thing that I found was cool is if I was on the home screen, if you grab the slider and you hold it down, it turns into this super bright dual LED flashlight. And then you would simply, to undo that, to turn it off, you go to a different app, and then you can go to the double zzz, and then it turns it off. So far, I'm really liking this device. I mean, it's a good one-handed, kind of tap away at it. You can manipulate the touch screen, go online, you checking out with gravity and things like that. All that stuff works. You tap on top, go to the top of it. So the E6 is probably one of the best type of E-series devices if you're into this form factor. Battery life has been great so far. I haven't really found anything downside to it. Now, at first I was having some problems with Gmail. I did a reset and hooked it back up, and everything seems to be working well now. So I don't know what was going on there. But I'm very happy with the device. This is my primary right now on T-Mobile, and like all the other Simi devices, it's a quad band GSM device with pentaband 3G, so no matter where you go in the world, you can get 3G access with it. So that's my first take on the Nokia E6. Plan to spend more time with it. Thanks for watching.